The magic of dividend compounding is starting to go absolutely ballistic. In this video, I'll show all of my passive income this month. I'll also reveal my largest ever premium bond win, and finally I'll reveal all the shares I've been buying and selling, including a new company I've started buying into for the very first time. Passive income is the money you make which you don't actually have to work for. I have a fairly ordinary job in the education sector, but for the last 14 years I've been drip feeding spare money each month into mainly large cap UK companies which I hold for the long term, reinvesting the dividends and watching them compound over time. I make good use of a stocks and shares ISA, so all my passive income as well as any capital gains is completely tax free. Before I start, I'm going to go back in time to March 2009 when I received nothing at all. My journey had started in January of that year. In the following March, however, I received a dividend of £73 from Barclays. A year later, I received £210 from Barclays and BP. And in the March of 2012, I received £355 from Barclays, BP and now AstraZeneca. Seeing these totals go up like this year after year was incredibly motivating. I really didn't worry about the share prices, which seemed to constantly go up and down, but the dividends always seemed to go in one direction, upwards. Now let's return to March 2023 to see where we are today. This is not financial advice, and I'm simply showing you my own journey. My biggest monthly premium bond win is coming up later, but first, at the start of the month, I received some passive income from Bluefield Solar Income Fund. This company specialises in turning sunlight into money, some of which flows back to their shareholders. The price is more or less unchanged this year, but they pay a dividend yield of 6.1% spread over 4 payments a year. Dividends have remained pretty stable over the last few years. This month, Bluefield Solar paid out a total of £60. On the 3rd of March, it was the turn of IG Group to reward their shareholders. The banking sector has had a terrible time recently and the shares are down more than 10% this year. Dividend yield is high at 6.4% and the dividends look fairly stable. This month, IG Group paid out a total of £75. On the 9th of March, I received a gift from SSE. The shares are up nearly 7% this year and they pay a decent dividend of 5%. Dividends remain fairly stable and the utilities generally do well in difficult times. This month, SSE paid out a total of £210. On the 21st of March, I received some cash from Unilever. The share price is almost unchanged this year, and this is another company that pays out 4 times a year. As you can see here, Unilever has a great track record of growing its dividends over time, and this is why it's one of my favourite companies. This month, Unilever paid out a dividend of £305. On the 27th of March, I received a present from AstraZeneca. The shares are down a touch this year and they pay a fairly low dividend of 2.1%. The dividends look fairly stable over the long term. This month AstraZeneca paid out £385. Also on the 27th of March, it was the turn of Shell to reward their shareholders. After a fantastic 2022, the shares are down slightly this year. Shell pays their dividends quarterly. This month I received a total of £330. On the 29th is an exchange traded fund. This one has the ticker code IUSA and gives me exposure to the complete S&P 500. Here are some of the top holdings you would own. This month IUSA paid out a total of £55. Also on the 29th was another ETF. This one is from Vanguard and has the ticker code VHYL. It gives me exposure to high dividend shares from around the world. This month VHYL paid out £40. My final ETF to pay out gives me exposure to the complete FTSE 100. It has the ticker code ISF and pays 3.8% spread over 4 payments a year. This month ISF paid out a total of £110. On the 31st of March, BP paid out cash to their shareholders. The shares are up 5% this year and they pay out quarterly. Dividends have been fairly volatile over the years, but this month I received £310. Next to pay out was Barclays, and they have had a terrible start to the year, down a massive 22%. Dividends have also been patchy in recent years. Despite all this, Barclays still managed to pay out a total of £395. Next was a turn of Imperial Brands to pay some dividends to their shareholders. After impressive 2022, they are off the pace this year. The company pays a quarterly dividend and the yield is very high at 7.4%. Dividends have remained stable, however, in recent years, following a long period of growth. This month, Imperial Brands paid out a total of £230. The fourth company to pay out on the 31st was the Renewable Infrastructure Group. This company specialises in clean energy. It pays a decent dividend spread over 4 payments a year. Dividends are very reliable, and this month I received a total of £45. Now for premium bonds, which I've left till last. The prize rate is currently 3.3%. There is one draw a month, you have easy access to your money, and there is a chance to win $1 million each month. All winnings are tax-free. This month's total winnings was my highest since I started buying bonds several years ago. This month I managed to win £300. This bar shows how much I would expect to win so far this year with average luck, and this bar shows what I've actually managed to win in the first 3 months of the year. I'm ahead at the moment, but it will be interesting to see how this develops as the year progresses. I use premium bonds as my emergency fund, so I never have to sell my shares and can allow them to compound over time. The green bars on this graph show my passive income from the first 3 months of last year, and the blue bars are for this year. As compounding does its magic, the gains start to accelerate from year to year. This graph shows how the average monthly dividends has increased since my journey started. It's important to reinvest the dividends to exploit the power of compounding. At the time of this video, I'm now receiving an average of £1,180 a month. So what have I been buying this month? First of all, I've added more to Rolls-Royce. The share price has risen strongly recently, and I've continued to buy into this momentum. Air travel is slowly getting back on its feet, and in the long run, I think Rolls-Royce will do well. I've also continued to buy more shares in Haleon. This company was spun off from GSK last year. Here are some of the products they make. I wouldn't be surprised if this company becomes a takeover target in the future. I've also added more to the chemical specialist Croda, which I see as a bargain for the long term. More money has gone into my FTSE 100 ETF to capitalise on the recent market fall during March. You basically get the whole of the FTSE 100 in just one share. This table shows the largest holdings you would have exposure to. It's weighted by capitalisation, so you would own nearly 9% in Shell. And now for that company I've bought for the very first time. The name is Scottish Mortgage Investment Trust, and you can see on the graph here that it's taken a bit of a fall over the last couple of years. It pays a tiny dividend, and this is perfect for keeping outside of the IUSA. This chart shows all of the sectors and companies you would have exposure to, and you may want to pause this screen to take a closer look. My final purchase in March was the All-World High Dividend ETF VHYL, which gives you exposure to over 1,800 large to mid-size high dividend paying companies from around the world in just one single share. This screen shows the largest holdings within the ETF. And now for the sales in March. Just before I start, please remember to hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. Oil and gas have performed strongly over the last year, and I've given Shell another trim just to rebalance the portfolio. Shell still remains my second largest holding. Now, if you are starting your own dividend portfolio and want to choose a suitable platform, then click this video here. To see the full details of my complete portfolio, then click this video here.